Jeffrey is like the friend of yours who tries to bring you down. You are friends, but he keeps insulting you. He's like the bottom of the bucket crab. You make attempts to improve yourself and Jeffrey reels you back in. Just one more game. I need someone to play support. You've been trying to improve yourself to get onto the good habits, but Jeffrey needs a partner for his instant gratification. And so time and time again, you find yourself sucked back into the pleasurable moments of video games, drugs, drinking, partying. Jeffrey isn't a good friend, so why have you stayed around? The truth is that you don't fully respect yourself and you aren't ready to go it alone. You would rather have someone who's a bad influence on you rather than be the only influence on yourself, and that's a shame. But it's hard because he's one of the very few friends that you do have. Adonis. Adonis doesn't have friends. He has a band of brothers, a tight-knit group of high-value men who are strong, like-minded and generous and kind, community-orientated. Adonis's brothers have the values that Adonis himself respects. That's what makes them so great together. Adonis did go through the trials and tribulations of being the lone warrior, but he knows that the real success in life comes when you find a good quality group of friends. How does it feel to have a good group of friends? Kind of hurts to even think about it, bro. When I was in primary school, I would have been around age 11. At the end of primary school, at the end of year 6, there's like a prom that everyone goes to, and I remember that my group of friends were going to join this other like girl group and all get into the same limo. I remember the girl who was hosting this, it still hurts, bro, come up to me with her friends, and like a couple of my friends were next to me, and she asked me to like rip my ticket, like rip the invitation, that she didn't want me to come. Like I'd never really even spoke to her, and my friend was like defending me. Inside of my mind, I didn't even think, I just automatically blurted out, oh, I couldn't come anyway, and so I didn't go to the year 6 prom. At the end of high school, in the year 11 prom, so I'm about 15 or 16, a similar thing happened where the friends that I had been with through all of high school, we all arranged like a limousine to go to prom. There was only enough spaces for like 7 people or something, and I had one of those like, you know, seats there, up until a friend's girlfriend's friend wanted to join, and then I was like kicked out of the group, and so my dad dropped me off like in his car, like oh man, breaks, bro. I'm still salty about that, man. But I never really had like a great group of friends. I've had like pretty good friends here and there and people who I've been closer to, but through that high school and primary school period, I had people who I considered friends, but when I look back now with these new updated values and more respect and love for myself, they weren't friends. They were people who I did instant gratification shit with. There were people who I played video games with, and people who I just had to like sit next to in class, and just because we would make each other laugh, I considered that we were friends. But that's not what friendship really is. Making new friends is entirely up to your social skills. Myself and my editor Mo, say what's up, Mo.
What's up?
I've made a social skills masterclass where you're going to learn exactly what it takes to make new friends. All of those social skills that you wanted to improve on, like body language, eye contact, getting into conversations and knowing what to say. You'll learn in this class that you can watch on Skillshare, and you can even watch the class for free using their free trial. Scroll down and click on the top link in the description right now. Fast forward to university, and I've put in a big amount of effort to up my confidence and actually make a group of friends myself. And here was when I felt like I had, my first real friends that were doing stuff together, but it was always revolving partying. And what's interesting is that once the parties stopped, once I stopped going out and taking drugs, the friendships disappeared. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Most friendships are fake. Most people are only friends with the substance that they take together, not with the other people. Take some time to be introspective and critical of the friends that you have, and ask yourself truly, what would happen if you don't have that substance that you guys bond over? Would you still be friends? Do you still get into deep conversations? Just today I was sat in the car with my friend Chris. He's the one who appears a lot on my Instagram, and my Instagram's linked in the description. I looked at him and I said, I say this with love. And like, he looked at me kind of seriously because it's kind of like, a weird way to start a sentence. And I said, I lost respect for you. I said this to him. I lost respect for you because I've seen you go against the values that I know that you have for yourself. My friend Chris is a man of faith. He's Catholic, and recently he's been sleeping with a girl that he knows isn't going to be his wife. And so, he's had a little bit of like his first experience of the degenerate life. And this is literally like the 3rd girl he's ever slept with. This is like a handsome. This guy gets girls. This guy could get like a lot more girls. He could sleep with a lot more girls, but he's always held off with that sense of like, staying faithful. This is his first experience of the degenerate lifestyle, and he kind of knew that it wasn't for him, but he just kept on going back for the sake of pleasure. And it was only today that I kind of like, enough is enough. I'm gonna call him out on his bullshit. Literally told him that, and within like an hour he's saying like, yeah, like he's just gonna end it with this girl, and like he appreciates me telling him. That's what good friends, that's what brothers do. We call each other out on each other's. You need a friend, or hopefully friends, who can do this for you, who not only are nice to you, who you not only have laughs with, but who can sometimes be critical and actually help you grow. Because if your friendship is only based on good vibes and you're just going out and taking drugs, that's not a friendship. You're both crackheads. You're just being crackheads next to each other because it amplifies the fun. That is not friendship. Good friendship is when the other person knows your values and helps you stick to them. It's when the other person helps you grow and you help them. It's when you unite and share the same mission. It's when you go through trials and tribulations together and you get into deep conversations. The first video editor that I got for this channel, Sam, has become one of my best friends, and we've only seen each other twice. And that is a guy who calls me out on my every single week. I can't explain how valuable he has been to my own self-improvement and of course the YouTube channel. And recently I've made a bigger group of friends in the gym. I'm surrounded by such beautiful, kind people. Me and my friend Chris met these other two guys called Scott and Zach. Scott is actually like a Chad guy that I made a video about. I literally said that I copied his fashion sense when I went to the gym, and he's become one of my best friends. Then us four planned to go on a hike together, and we started inviting so many people, and we got like 10 people out with us. This feels like the first time where I've actually had like a healthy group of friends where we literally like, we talk about our feelings and our missions and our purpose and trauma. I've never experienced this before. We express like love for each other. We literally tell each other that we're grateful for each other like every single day. We see each other almost every single day in the gym, and we always like stand around for like 20 minutes like literally crying, laughing about just random that comes up. I feel so grateful to have people like that in my life, and I can't explain how much that's helped my self-improvement. Not only for the practice of social skills, imagine for the gym. I literally go to the gym with my friend Chris almost every single day, and we're hitting mad PRs. We literally keep joking that we've got our noob gains back, because when you're underneath that bar and your friend is telling you that you're strong and you're gonna hit those reps, bro, you hit those reps. Weightlifting alone by yourself is nothing like it is when you're lifting with a friend. Chances are that you don't have that great group of friends just yet, but you do want to get here. You need to go through the trials and tribulations of improving your social skills, just like everyone else who's gotten to this position. When I speak to my newest friends and we talk about our previous friends, all of us have had a quite similar story where we had like a bad group of friends mixed with drugs and partying, and we branched away from them, went through a period of loneliness, and then we started to make new friends after that. You have to embrace that period of solitude. Loneliness is one of the worst things that you can feel, but it's better than being around someone who's driving you to the ground. It's better to be by yourself than it is with bad influences, and of course it's a million times better to be with good influences than it is with either of those. But generally, you'll only really have the capacity to make new high quality friends if you're not currently spending time with low quality people who are bad influences on you. Because let's say you want to make a great group of friends which revolve around the gym and hiking and mental health. Well, the truth is they don't want to be friends with you whilst you're still friends with Jeffrey. Whilst you're still playing video games every day, you're not going to meet those guys. 1 hour of video, shut the up, bro. Whilst you're eating food, you're not going to meet people who eat clean. Whilst you spend all day playing video games, you're not going to meet the guys who go out for a hike. When I moved back to my family's house, I didn't speak to like a single new person, like a friendship wise, for about 3 to 4 months. And it was only out of pure luck that I met my friend Jonathan, who I was literally in the park just training with the gym rings. He walked past me, he was like, oh, you're training with the gym rings. He trains too, and he hopped on and we became friends and we trained together all the time. It was only after a period of solitude when I started to do the good habits, that's when I started to meet better people. But it's so hard to take that first step alone, especially if you've got quite a long history and you don't want to offend anyone and you don't want to like burn bridges, especially if you have a sense of leadership in you and you really want to help your Jeffrey friends improve themselves, but it's just kind of hard. Just like everything else we do, you have to keep in mind that this is a process, that it's not going to come quick. You're not just going to suddenly make new friends just because you watch this video. You have to put some action in. Watching this video doesn't count. Don't be a after this video, do some kind of journaling, introspectiveness, and actually decide, is your group of friends high quality? Because chances are you're watching all this, they're probably not. Devise a plan in which you could be surrounded by high quality people and then also start thinking of ways that you can start to speak to them. Make sure you watch our social skills masterclass with that top link in the description. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.